Greetings! This is the seventh and the final section of this course. If you made it this far, then congratulations! You have a playable game on your hands. But I bet it doesn't look and feel quite good, does it? The visuals are kind of washed out. There are no sounds, we are using the default font, which does not fit with the theme, etc. Sure, the game is playable, but it's pretty rough around the edges, isn't it? Well, don't worry, this is what this section is all about. Polishing the game. Have you ever played the game and thought that it didn't feel quite finished? Perhaps there were too many bugs, or perhaps some textures were ugly or seemed out of place. And maybe you almost enjoyed the game, only if the controls were better. Well, in that case, the chances are that the game was not polished enough. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, polish means 1. To make something smooth and glossy, usually by friction. 2. To smooth, soften, or refine something in manners of condition. 3. To bring to a highly developed, finished, or refined state. Mainly, we are talking about the third definition here. The polishing will make or break your game. I know I said the same thing about the UI, and creating a nice, usable, and easy to understand UI is a part of the polishing process, but you can build a game without the UI. And in most games, UI is not as important as, say for example, shooting in a first-person shooter game or jumping in a platformer game. Everything in a game should feel natural, and the player should not think about the controls or UI during the gameplay. It is not possible to make a checklist for polishing. There are no techniques or formulas to apply to every single game. Each game is unique in this sense. So I will talk specifically about our game. The most obvious things that are missing from the game are the main menu, pause menu, and the game over screen. If you did the assignment, then the pause menu and the game over screen should be taken care of. If not, don't worry, I will create them in the following videos. The next thing we should fix is the player movement. Right now, the character moves too fast, can run and jump. It does not fit to our game. With an exception of the footsteps, we have no sounds at all. Of course, usually we implement them before the polishing begins. But there is not much to talk about, so I left them for this section. Next, we will take care of the lighting. We really need to pay attention to the lights if you want to create a nice atmosphere. And they really help to set up the mood. I will be adding more details to the environment during this stage. Then, going back to the UI, we will find a nice font that fits the theme of the game. I will add a short story in this part. Finally, we will take a look at the post-processing. Think of Instagram filters and you will get the idea. Some subtle effects can dramatically improve the visual quality of a game. And I think that will be it. I hope I was able to explain what the polishing is and demonstrate its effect.